Hey everybody, it's Mumbai Doug, and you're definitely going to need a cheesy coffee cup full of piping hot coffee for this conversation, because I got something to say. I have made over 100 videos, and you'd be hard pressed to find very much material or content that talks about my Christianity, because it seems if you put too much of yourself out there, you get a lot of hate comments, and I'm just not into that. I don't like to be lumped in with Christians that I don't agree with. I don't want someone to think that because I'm a Christian that I think one way or the other, or I believe this and don't believe that just because I'm tagged as a Christian. Don't get me wrong, I have very strong convictions in my beliefs, but you may not know what they are. The reason I decided to make a video tonight is specifically because, as I mentioned in a previous video, I went to a conference for church this weekend, and what I learned from that and was surprised by is that when I signed up to go to this, I had an idea in mind. I had a preconceived, prejudged idea in mind about how it was going to be, what kind of people would be there, what the speakers would be talking about. I had formed a prejudged opinion about the conference that I had signed up to go for in the name of my own religion, Christianity. I don't even like to use the word religion, by the way. I was amazingly surprised, not only by the kind of people that were actually there, but by the content that was actually delivered. And the reason I'm making this video is it's not a self-promotion video in any way. I'm making this video for all of those people who are Christians or have been affected by a Christian. I know that there are a lot of people who are and call themselves Christians that give the rest of us a really bad name. I believe it, I know it, I see it myself. It's one of the reasons I don't talk about my Christianity in my videos very much. But the truth is that my Christianity is very much a part of my life. It's part of my day-to-day life. It's part of my week-to-week life. I'm not just a get up and go to church on Sundays kind of person. I also lead a Bible study once a week. I'm a church leader. I don't talk about that in my videos for the reasons that I mentioned. I don't want to be grouped in with people that I don't agree with that are called Christians, and I don't want to receive a lot of hate for it. Well, let me tell you what the conference was, and maybe you'll form an opinion right off the bat too. The conference is called Promise Keepers, and I don't even know how long it's been around. Only 3 of us from my church actually went. It's a men's conference. Promise Keepers is a men's organization. It's a non-profit organization. And I thought I knew what it was about. I was asked if I wanted to go to a Promise Keepers conference, and I decided to. I thought, what the heck. I was wrong about what it was about in general. I thought it was going to be all about loving your wife and, all about marriage and, how great of men us Christians are, and, I'm not into that kind of stuff. It wasn't about that at all. In fact, a lot of what was talked about were the things that people do think about Christians, some of the negative things. But the conference talked a lot about racial issues, and especially here in the South, and how the Christian church shouldn't be represented in different pockets of races. You have white churches and black churches, and it's that way not because one church is accepting or not accepting of another Christian, but because people go where they're more comfortable. Primarily, not always. You have white people going to predominant black churches and vice versa, but it's not the norm, at least not here in the South. We also talked a lot about the legalistic approach to Christianity, the rules that are lived by and treated almost as though the rules are some gospel, that they're not. Making people feel, legalism is making people feel that the tradition of religion is more important than the truth of a religion. That you should dress a certain way when you go to church. Those kinds of things are legalism. I can't stand them. Acts that people go through, they're not what the Bible teaches a Christian to do. I'm not saying that there aren't rules or guidelines that Christians should follow. There are. There are things laid out in the Bible that are pretty clear, that if you follow the Bible, if you follow the teachings of Jesus, there are certain things that you would normally do and not do. Things that you wouldn't do are what we in Christianity call sin. And we believe that everybody sins. It's human nature to do things that Jesus wouldn't have done. But pointing out everybody else's sin is not what Christianity is about, even though some people have made it that. Well, I'm here to tell you that last night and today I sat in an arena with 7,000 or 8,000 people, some Christian, some not, and we don't believe that what the Bible teaches us to do as Christians is to point and judge others without first looking at ourselves. I'm here to tell you that I was in a room with 7,000 or 8,000 other people, primarily Christians, who believe the same thing that I do, who believe that we should love everyone, especially people who aren't already part of the Christian family. That's how a Christian reaches non-Christians, not to suck them in or to convert them, but to share something that we call God's love, and to do what we believe we're called to do. It's our purpose in life, is to spread love, not hate, not to spread judgment. That is not the primary goal of a Christian, but it looks that way sometimes to an outsider. It looks that way, and I know. I see it all the time too. But maybe my biggest point I'm trying to make here is, and I'm guilty of this too, try not to judge all Christians by the ones you don't like. You know, I have this fundamental belief that it's so much better to judge people on their greatest qualities rather than on their worst qualities. If you go through life judging people on their worst qualities, you're missing so much. You're missing the boat completely. Try to judge people on their best qualities. I don't even pretend to represent all Christians. I can't, and I'm sure I don't. But my whole purpose in this video is to sort of not defend, but to express my personal beliefs in Christianity, and to share that with people that watch me. I have a unique opportunity, as everybody does on YouTube who has subscribers, to voice my opinion to a lot of people at one time. And so that's what I'm doing. If you sat through all of this, you're amazing. Bye.